All right, it's time to start working on our projects. Yay, I'm so excited. So if you'd like to see how we get started on the very first project, make sure you keep on watching. Okay, for this project, I'm going to give you a template that you could actually trace over if you purchase the companion workbook, but I just wanted to show you how I sort of came up with this one and how I created this particular project. So first off, I am showing you how I have some bounce in my lettering and I made sure that as I was forming my words that I filled up some of the blank spaces. Adding the bounce, like making the F smaller, allows more room for the Y. So you see how we can create something a little more fun and interesting that way. So for this particular lesson, I'm going to duplicate it, and that way I have a copy of it. Okay, so as you see on my layers here, I actually started with a glitter background to create this, but we want to try and form our words first before we start getting creative with some of the styling. So for instance, something like this, I came in, what I did was I used my pencil sketch to sort of sketch it out, but then I came in and just kind of placed where I wanted all of my words, okay? I made sure that everything fit the way I liked. How many times I refined it is, who knows. I'm a big fan of layers upon layers upon layers until I get everything just perfect. With something like this, you want to make sure your lines aren't too thin because on some of the things, because you're not going to see the glitter popping through. So I'm just going to keep selecting it. And once I'm happy with what I am doing here, then I can show you how I actually created the technique. Now, I've seen people do this on Instagram and they just wing it, but I'm a big fan of placement and testing out my letters first before I start messing with some of the styling that I'm going to show you. As a matter of fact, let me just turn this around. Yeah, let's do it like that. Okay, so let me go ahead and turn off those layers, and let me just make sure my tools are flipped around. So I do that first until I'm really comfortable. And the next thing I do is I'm going to place a glitter file. Now, this is a glitter file that I showed you guys in one of my holiday lettering videos. I'm going to put the description or the link to this set below. But what I do is I create a new layer, and then I'm going to go into my tools and insert. I'm going to do an image and I'm going to insert file because I have this saved on my Dropbox. You may save glitter backgrounds in your photos. Just wherever you tend to do it, certainly locate them. You can find them online. You can purchase them at Creative Market. Again, I'm going to link to the one that I'm using. These look like they're by these are the foil brushes or foil shimmer by Summit. I think it's Summit Avenue. I can't remember. But anyways, she has these foil textures, and I showed this in my holiday lettering video. So basically I'm going to go for the glitter rose gold in this one. And once you find it in your Dropbox, you're just going to hit it and it's going to import in here. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom mine out and make sure mine, fills up my canvas. Make sure it's straight while I'm at it. And then the next thing I do is do a new layer above that. And this is what I see a lot of people do on Instagram, but you can do with the letters too if you need to. They'll come in and select white, and then you can actually fill the layer or just drag the white into it to make the white fill. So you have the glitter layer and the white layer. And now what they'll do a lot of times is take the eraser tool and select the brush that they want it to be, and then they will go ahead and start erasing to a reveal. But what I like to do to make sure everything is lined up right is I like to come up here and make sure now that I have all of that really pretty there, right? So on my layer, I've got that layer above it. I'm just going to click on it one time and hit select. I'm going to hide it, and then I'm going to click on the white layer, and I'm going to open it and do clear. And now I've got my lettering all pretty and glittered. And so that's our first project. So I'd love to see you guys create more projects like this and have some fun with it and see what you come up with.